Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Linus Keramat, one of the Kenya A-Leaf program GMAT trainers. In this video, we're going to look at sentence correction. More specifically, we're going to tackle conjunctions. So conjunctions by definition are linking words or joining words. So conjunctions in English literature are used to join clauses, phrases, and words together when constructing sentences. Conjunctions create a link or may create a link between or among words or groups of words to other parts of the sentence and show a relationship between or among them. So there are three types of conjunctions: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. Starting out with coordinating conjunctions. By definition, coordinating conjunctions are words that join two words, clauses, or phrases that are grammatically equal or that are in the same grammatical construction. So examples of coordinating conjunctions, we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. A common abbreviation that will really help you recall these coordinating conjunctions is the fanboys. So example of how coordinating conjunctions are used in sentences, we have example one here. Caleb is usually not hungry, but he can eat cereal anytime. You can already notice or take note the use of a coordinating conjunction here. So the coordinating conjunction here is used to link two independent clauses. We have the first independent clause here. Caleb is usually not hungry. Then the second independent clause, he can eat cereal anytime. So we can tell that our coordinating conjunction is offset by a comma. Then we have the coordinating conjunction, then the second independent clause. Let's look at example 2. We visited cities in Spain, Portugal, and Italy. We can already tell that this is a list of 3 cities that our subject visited. So these 3 cities are linked together by a coordinating conjunction and, right? Secondly, we have subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions are used to link or connect independent clauses to independent clauses. By definition, independent clauses, in other words, could be referred to as modifiers or subordinating clauses. So subordinating conjunctions usually start out dependent clauses, which have to be connected to independent clauses to have meaning. So take note, they usually start at the beginning or start in dependent clauses, right? So examples of subordinating conjunctions, we have a list of them here. A common abbreviation that is used, you could use to recall these subordinating conjunctions is on a white bus. So each of these letters in this abbreviation carries an example or refers to a specific subordinating conjunction. So you can go through all this. It will help you recall or would help you really mark out, or you could use them as markers. Every time you see a subordinating conjunction words used, you could really identify that it is a subordinating conjunction that is being referred to. So an example of this in a sentence, you have, because it is cold outside, Deborah wore her winter coat. We can already tell that this is the independent clause, and this is our modifier or our dependent clause. Notice the use of a subordinating conjunction here, because it is cold outside, Deborah wore her winter coat. So this part of the sentence strengthens or adds more information or gives more information about what the reason why our subject is wearing a winter coat. So reason being, or because it is cold outside, right? Lastly, we have correlative conjunctions. These types of conjunctions are used to join equal sentence elements. So they are often used to put items in a parallel structure. So anytime you notice or you identify that this is a correlative conjunction that is used in a sentence, most likely it is they're testing for parallelism. So examples of these correlative conjunctions are either or, neither nor, so as. So correlative conjunctions have ways in which they're usually paired. So go out there, do your homework. There are quite a number of them. See how they are used, because for them to be in the correct form or in the right structure, they have to be paired with certain words. For example, in our case, either is usually paired with or, neither is usually paired with nor, so is usually paired with as. So go do your homework, know how, identify how these correlative conjunctions are used in pairs. So our first example in practice, we have both my mother and I are physicians. Notice the use of both and. These are usually correlative conjunction pairs. They come as a pair. So remember that correlative conjunction usually join sentence elements that are in the same grammatical construction. So we have pronoun here, possessive pronoun like my mother, and another pronoun I, indicating the subject. In example 2, we have neither my brother nor I won first place. Notice the pairing of this correlative conjunction. Then same structure, sentence structure used. My brother nor I. So pause the video to attempt this example, then we'll do it together. Take a minute to a minute and a half.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstech America. Upstech America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstechamerica.com. Upstech America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential.
So our sentence reads, modern zoos cater not only to the recreation needs of people, but also help in conducting research and conservation of wild animals. You can already tell or notice the use of correlative conjunctions, not only, but also, and the use of coordinating conjunction and. So, as a rule, coordinating conjunctions must link parts of a sentence that are in the same grammatical construction. So modern zoos cater not only to the recreational needs of people, but also help in conducting research and conservation of wild animals. Further, as I explained earlier, anytime you see correlative conjunctions, watch out for parallelism. So is our sentence in the correct parallel structure? We can already tell some disparities. For example, the first part before not only, we have cater. So this cater could be referring to the recreational needs of people. So it's part of what the modern zoos do, all right? Then we have, but also help in conducting research and conservation of wild animals. So we can already tell that this cater must be referring to recreational needs of people, but it does not refer to help in conducting research. So this second part of the correlative conjunction is not related to the first, but they are in the same parallel structure, right? So our sentence should be constructed in such a way that the three parts being compared here, that is modern zoos, what modern zoos do, that is they cater to recreational needs of people, help in conducting research and conservation of animals. So all these three parts elements must be in the same parallel construction, right? So let's look at our example. Whereas A usually is just a copy of the underlined part, so you could ignore that because already you can tell that there is some incorrect construction, right? So eliminate A. B says, cater not only to the recreational needs of people, but also aid in conducting research and in conservation of wild animals. So we can tell here, we see an introduction of a new word, aid in conducting research and in conservation of wild animals. So this part of the sentence could be correct, But remember, the first part is not in the same parallel structure as the rest of the two other sentence elements, all right? So for that reason, we could eliminate B, because if it was in the correct parallel construction, we could have not only cater to the recreational needs of people, but also aid. Now, we could see that this sentence or this answer choice introduces a new word, which is not really what is used in our initial sentence, all right? So in some cases in GMAT, this could be, if it was like in the correct grammatical construction, maybe you could have considered it. But for the mere fact that this sentence fragment here cater not only to the question of recreational needs of people, is not in the same parallel construction as the rest of the sentence. For that reason, we eliminate B. C says, not only cater to recreational needs of people, but also help to conduct research and to conserve wild animals. Right, you can see this sentence like places this sentence fragment in the correct parallel structure. Right, we have cater to the recreational needs of people, but also to, all right, help to conduct research and to conserve wild animals. So yes, this observes the correct rules of parallelism, and for that reason, it could be our answer, all right? So let's keep C for the moment. D says, not only caters to the recreational needs of people, all right? This is that the sentence, this answer choice starts out correctly, but also aid in conducting research and conservation of wild animals. We can already tell the introduction of a new word there, aid in and conservation of. This, the initial sentence fragment is in the correct parallel structure, but the two other sentence fragments are not in the correct parallel structure. For that reason, eliminate D. And furthermore, modern zoos is in the plural form, and caters is used as in the singular form, right? E says, not only cater to recreational needs of people, but also help in conducting research on and conservation of wild animals. All right, watch out for parallelism. The first part is kind of correct. Second part, this is wrong. We could have help to, and also the third part after the coordinating conjunction and is also wrong, right? So eliminate E. Our correct answer is C. Second example, also pause the video to try out this example, then we look at it. So our sentence reads, recent research has drawn a distinction between manic depression, which involves intense highs and lows, and bipolar disorder type 2, in which the manic highs, though present, are not of the same intensity as those exhibited in manic depressions. All right, we can already see the use of a coordination conjunction and. So for the sentence to be correct, the two parts or two elements being compared must be in the same grammatical construction, all right? So first answer choice A reads, and recent research has drawn a distinction between manic depression, which involves intense highs and lows, then, and bipolar disorder type 2, in which the manic highs, though present, are not of the same intensity as those exhibited in manic depressives. This is sort of correct, because we can tell this sentence fragment here is in the same construction as the initial, the first sentence fragment. So this distinction created between, all right, and also note the use of, this is also a correlative conjunction. We have between is usually used with and, all right? Between and. So anytime we have between, you will have it paired with and, all right? So because we have taken note that these are two correlative conjunctions, so watch out for parallelism. So the first item being compared, or that is in the parallel structure, is manic depression, which involves intense highs and lows, right? This is one. Then two, and bipolar disorder type 2, in which the manic highs and lows, though present, are not in the same intensity, are not of the same intensity as those exhibited in manic depressives, right? So this, how it is initially constructed, I think and I feel is correct. So for that reason, let's keep answer choice A, then we examine the other answer choices that are provided. So as a first way to like tackle this type of question in sentence correction, and for you to save time, especially because this is a sentence correction question, we already know that this is a correlative conjunction, and between must always be paired with and. So any answer choice that pairs between and something else would be wrong. So scanning through our answer choices, we can see some answer choices have from. We have two of them that use from. So for that reason, you can easily or quickly eliminate that. All right. Then we examine the three other answer choices that are provided. So answer choice 2 reads, and bipolar disorder 2, where the manic highs, though present, does not have the same intense nature as those exhibited by manic depressives. Remember, where is usually used to indicate location or place. So for situations, use which. So for that reason, eliminate B, because it breaks the rules of use of where and which, right? Then we're left with the answer choice D. And bipolar disorder type 2, from whom the manic highs are present, though not to the same extent as the highs exhibited in manic depressives. Now, the use of from whom here is not in the correct grammatical use, because from whom would refer to a person, or is the possessive pronoun referring to an individual or an object, all right? So from whom here is used in reference to bipolar disorder type 2. The use of from whom to refer to bipolar disorder type 2 is incorrect, because you can't say disease from whom, all right? So for that reason, eliminate D. So our correct answer choice is A, which is and bipolar disorder type 2, in which the manic highs, though present, are not of the same intensity as those exhibited in manic depressives. So we've come to the end of this video. Kindly join our training. We elaborate this and show you more examples in which different sentence correction questions are tested. Also, reading comprehension and critical reasoning. Thank you.